Have you ever thought about your life as a garden? I mean, really thought about it? If you did, what would it be known for? Today, we're going to dig into that exact idea, what it really takes to cultivate a life that bears some truly lasting, meaningful fruit. So before we dive in, I want you to just hold a question in your mind for a second. When you hear that phrase, a fruitful life, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it about success, accomplishments, all the things you've done? Or is it maybe something deeper? Let's find out together. Okay, so first things first. What are we even talking about when we say spiritual fruit? The big shift here is moving away from a to-do list. This isn't about checking boxes. It's about something much more fundamental, the very core of who you are becoming. To be specific, the fruit of the Spirit refers to 9 particular qualities. But here is the absolute key. These aren't things you achieve. They aren't trophies you earn. They are qualities that grow naturally, almost as a byproduct, when a life is deeply connected to its spiritual source. They're the outward sign of a really deep inner change. And this slide really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you've got tasks, things we do, often because we feel like we have to. And let's be honest, that can be exhausting and our effort can be pretty inconsistent. But on the other side, you have fruit. These are qualities we become. It's a change that grows from the inside out, leading to a character that's consistent and, well, real. So that leads to the next big question, right? If this fruit isn't just about trying harder and gritting our teeth, then where does it actually come from? What needs to be in place for this kind of growth to even happen? And here's the answer, and it's a game changer. You cannot just force yourself to be more joyful or kind through sheer willpower alone. It just doesn't work long term. True spiritual fruit is a byproduct. Think of it this way. An apple can only grow on a branch that's actually connected to the tree. The growth comes from that connection to the source of life. All right, so what does this harvest actually look like in real life? What are the tangible, noticeable results of this kind of deeply connected, cultivated life? Well, the source text gives us a very specific list. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Galatians, lays out these 9 interconnected qualities. He says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, which is a fantastic word for patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Now that's a lot to remember, but a helpful way to think about these 9 qualities is to break them down into 3 little groups. First, you have the internal qualities, the ones that shape your inner world: love, joy, and peace. Then you've got the relational qualities that completely change how you treat other people: patience, kindness, and goodness. And finally, you have these qualities that reflect a deep divine character: faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay, so you might be thinking, if this growth is natural, does that mean I just kick back and do nothing? And the answer is, not at all. We actually have a very active role to play here. Think of yourself as the gardener of your own inner life. Our job is to create the right conditions for this fruit to grow. So, what does that look like? Step 1, connect to the vine. You've got to stay rooted in that life source. Step 2, prune the weeds. This means we have to be honest and deal with the habits and attitudes that are choking out the good growth. And step 3, maybe the hardest one, wait patiently. Real, lasting growth is a process, not a one-time event. So this all sounds pretty good, but let's ask the big question. What's the point? Why does cultivating this kind of character actually matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, the impact is honestly huge. It starts inside you, totally transforming your character, how you see the world, how you handle pressure. Then, that inner change can't help but flow outward. It strengthens your relationships in a fundamental way, and it doesn't just stop there. It creates this positive ripple effect in your community, your family, or your workplace. Ultimately, a fruitful life becomes the most authentic reflection of what's really going on inside. And here's one last really fascinating detail. Notice how the text calls it the fruit of the Spirit, singular, not fruits. That's intentional. It suggests that these 9 qualities aren't a buffet you can pick and choose from. They're all interconnected parts of one whole character. It's kind of like an orange. It's one fruit with many segments. You can't really have true love without patience, or real joy without self-control. It's a package deal. So that brings us right back to where we began. If your life is a garden, what fruit is it known for today? When people are around you, what do they experience? It's a question really worth thinking about. Thanks so much for joining me.